everyone, welcome to another episode of Graincraft, episode 6. I can't believe I'm on my 6th episode already. It's what started off as a video editing project and just a little bit of practice and brushing up my skills has actually been a lot more enjoyable than I thought, and so I'm going to keep these episodes coming and hopefully you can continue to enjoy them. Thank you for all the comments and likes so far, and we're pushing that 10 subscribers target. Let's get there. Let's keep going and see how far we can go. But yeah, thoroughly enjoying things at the moment, so I can intend to continue with the videos. So please do keep comments coming now. Suggestions on sort of what direction you want me to take the server. That would be great. But anyway, today's episode, let's have a talk about what we're going to be doing. So last time out, we built this villager breeder. We have done a little bit of work between episodes. I've been breeding some more cows, just to try and get a bit more leather. Oh, hello. Let me just deal with this fellow here. Oh, I don't want to take any of my cows out now, so keep still, please. Thank you. Okay, so so we have. I've just extended the row a little bit just to get this villager away from the breeder because he was still linked to one of the beds in there, which was harming the breeding. So moved him out the way a little bit. Got myself some melons, pumpkins, and cactuses. They are growing nicely, just to get some stocks up of them. And this is the area here that I've marked here for my first villager trading hall, which will be, well, the plan is to put lots of librarians in there because I want to get lots of mending books going on, but also some of the other trades they do as well. And I've already done a lot of grinding for the various items for that. It's just I need another 7 of these lecterns and then we can get cracking with that. But in terms of today's episode, as you can see here, what we do need to get is some slime, and I've already built this. You will see I already have my sticky pistons, but I needed to build a slime farm. I'm going to take you back to the building of that farm. I was very fortunate with slime chunks. You can see in the mini map in the top corner, which is handily zoomed out for me, that we've got some slime chunks in a row. If I zoom out even more, you can see there are 5. There's a line of 5 slime chunks in a row, and the 2 on the right I have actually cleared out and built a little area. So I'll take you through that shortly. The trading hall I've just talked about, we definitely need to get it going today, and that way I can get some mending books, particularly for my pick. Netherite is not easy to come by, as I'm sure you're all aware. So I want to get some mending action going on this so that I don't accidentally lose it, which I'm sure has happened to all of us. So that's the plan, nice and simple. We'll see what we can see if we can do all that in the episode. The trading hall, before I forget to mention it later in the episode, the first design that I've found that I actually think will be perfect for this world is by Logical Geek Boy. I think you may well have heard me mention him on my channel before. He's very good with the simple but quite effective farm tutorials. We used his design for the breeder there, but also for the iron farm back a couple of episodes that we built. So yeah, highly recommend his channel if you want to go and check him out. But without any further ado, let's get moving on with a slime farm. First off, let's start with the slime farm. Let me tell you a little bit about what I've done here. So I'm standing in front of the AFK platform, high above my little village. With that's a little bit of a close up. High above the village with a very nice view over the sea, and tell you what, I'm never going to be short of kelp, as I can tell from this view. But yeah, you can see all of the terrain oddities that we will be looking to address, and the village below that we have been expanding slowly, and a lot of our potential building area up there. So this is the AFK spot. This is where the slimes down below the ground will be optimal for generation, as you can see in the mini map in the top right corner. I'm going to jump down because this nether portal is really loud. I've got a little lake here. If I there we go. Oh, just about. So, yeah, so the AFK spot at the top of the unsightly dirt column will go. This is just a temporary thing until I get my Elytra wings and I get that portal linked correctly, so I can go straight up there. But to get to the slime chunks, I've built myself a couple of shortcuts. So again, let's just have a quick look at the map, shall we? Underneath the village here, you can't see the slime chunks on the big map. So if we just look at the mini map in the top right, there's a whole row of them there. So the two that are underneath the village on the right of those row, I have cleared out, and let's go and have a look at them now. Step number one when building a slime farm is to dig a big hole. Within these holes, there are some slightly smaller pits here that will be the killing areas for the slimes. So two spawn chunks here, two slime spawning chunks here that I've marked out with granite squares, as you can see. Lit up appropriately as well, because slimes will spawn at any light level, but also prevents some of the more hostile mobs from appearing. Yeah, so there's two slime chunks in a row that I've dug out. The key with slime farms is finding the right AFK spot, but more on that in a bit. The rates will be improved by this slabbed out area at the top here that will just give some more spawning opportunities, and there are 3 blocks above clearance, so the large slimes should spawn up here as well. What will happen is they will see a iron golem floating above each of those 2 pits here. They will try and get to that iron golem. They will not be able to get to that golem, and they will fall into the pits. And then there will be probably some campfires at the bottom here that I will put in on top of hoppers to collect the drops. A little later, we had finished the slime farm. So this is the way in, and this is a really simple design. Of course, it took some time to clear out this space. I had to expand this end out into the sea as well, so there was a little bit of battling with water flows, and as you can hear, there is water the other side of this wall. But yeah, it's a real simple design. I'm not sure why that is there. Let me get rid of that. I've marked out the slime chunks. For those that are not aware, these are special pre-generated chunks that are the only chunks that slimes will spawn on. The only other places that there's a chance of them doing it are under certain conditions in marshland, but I wanted a bit more control, and it's obviously right under my village, so very handy. So these granite squares mark out the 2 chunks that I have chosen. We could keep going that way if we wanted to, but I don't think there's too much benefit, because I'm getting some pretty good rates when I'm away from these areas, at least from the slimes spawning. There's a slab platforms all the way around the top to give it some extra spawning chances. Some golems trapped in trapdoors up there, which the slimes will try to attack, and as they try to attack, they will fall into this pit of fire, or pit of campfires. More specifically, underneath those campfires are some hoppers. If I just take you around here, we can see the storage system. It's a very basic storage system, but it's plenty for what I need. Now, the hoppers, as I said, go into the chests here. So I think I've been AFKing for about maybe 20 minutes, and I've taken a load of slimes out of here anyway. And there's more there. And there's more there. So we're doing pretty well for 20 minutes. As you can see, not so much on these set of chests and this one here. But it all depends on where I'm standing and where I'm working at the time. So what chunks are actually loaded. So there are some quite challenging spawning conditions to be met with slimes. But either way, I've got more slime that I'll need for some time, and yeah, so that's nice and easy. And a bubble column just to get me up and down in a loop. That's never happened before. Typically when I'm recording. But again, you know how much of a pro gamer I am in this game, and that is not very much at all. So, yeah, so the slime farm, really simple, nice and easy, pretty quick to build. Check out Logical Geek Boy's design in his super simple farm series, and yeah, it does the job. It's exactly what I was looking for. So I'm going to breed some more cows for the trading hall. I need to get myself plenty of books, plenty of bookshelves, because as I've said, I'm going for the librarian trade. First off, I'm going to have this is a test, talking and shooting at the same time. This is there we go. So librarians, I'm going to have 10 librarian trades. I'm going to test them out for which trades I want and try and get at least half of them will probably be mending traders if I'm lucky. So I need to breed some more cows up, get some leather, make some bookshelves, and then the lecterns ready for the trading hall. So I just wanted to mention something about this breeder that I've built, and it wasn't proving as productive as hoped. There were a couple of villagers produced, a couple of babies produced at first, but yeah, it seemed to stop after that. I just assumed it was because the villagers weren't being moved far enough away from the beds to unlink them. But what appears to have fixed the lack of babies is moving the beds apart. In fact, you can't really see from up here. Let me just show you inside. All I've done is just made this room a little bit bigger and spread the beds out like so, giving them, really, I think it's about giving them space between the beds. There seems to be problems with linking with beds, it seems, with them next to each other. So yeah, that seems to have fixed it. We have a much more successful breeder now, as you can see from the collection of villages I'm building up over there for construction of our trading halls. But yeah, so just wanted to mention that the only other thing that has changed is the on switch was obviously moved away. I can just show you where I've put that in case you want to build this yourself. I've just put it on the top and turn it off just by flicking the switch, extending the piston and closing the visibility of the beds. For the villagers, turn that back on so I can get some more villagers. So yeah, that seems to have resolved it. It just seems to be some change to the bed mechanics since this farm was originally designed. Okay, I finished off a bit of interior decoration here just to cover it up, make it a bit safer. And we are now at a point where we have our 10th villager ready for transport. So we will send him on his way. Like so. Off he goes. Hopefully that will mean, yeah, that's 10. We are in business. I get paranoid that these minecarts are going to bounce back, so I'm blocking them off. I also have captured my zombie, who is not going to despawn because of the item in his hand. So we have all of the mobs that we need for this trading hall. So I've started to build it up. Let me just take you through the basics. So we have a little bit of redstone and a sticky piston underneath, and for what reason that will become clear when I come up top. So as you can see, lecterns will make the villagers librarians. What we do is this lever will lower this block here that the villager is standing in, and it will allow, as I've said, under there is a walkway all the way up and down for the zombie to walk back and forward. And when the villager is lowered, they will be converted to a zombie villager, which of course will then mean we have an opportunity to raise them back up again and heal them for bonus trades. And yeah, we're pretty much done. I just need to put some string in here and then load the villagers and finally the zombie into this bit here. So yeah, so we're pretty much done now. I've got a few other bits, including the minecart rail system, just to load things up. And also I'm probably gonna sort of make a little bit of terraforming to make it look quite nice around here. But other than that, we are nearly there. With the string in place, the observers will notice it and they will retract. the pistons, as you can see. We now have some of the stairs at the top here. That is the part that's forming the roof sticking out. So what that means is that when we load up with the villagers, they will walk along and they will find the nearest available workstation. They'll walk towards it. They will fall through here. They will touch that string, and the observer will see that and will retract the stair. So they are safely in place in their little trading booth. So the only thing that remains now is to put some rail up the villagers that are nicely in their minecarts over there. Been very patient. I've been doing a lot of work whilst they've been watching, and they will be unloaded here. They will walk along, and then they will fall in their booth, and I can demonstrate like this. That snap shut, and they are locked. They cannot get out, and all they can do is watch while people like myself come and trade with them. So, yeah, so let's get on them villagers loaded up now. Now night has fallen. We can now let our zombie out, and if all goes well, get him trapped. You may notice as well, he's got a sword. I've swapped his item to stop him despawning into a sword, which actually will help convert the villagers to zombie villagers much more quickly, I'm told. So that should help with the efficiency of this farm. Right, I just need to run through here without getting myself stuck. He keeps coming. He should get stuck on the trapdoor because he can't get past. Thank you very much. I will now need to quickly hop down the other end and seal him in. Okay. That did not go well. Let's try that again. Right. I won't do any dithering this time. Okay. Down he comes. He can't get past the trapdoor. Let's quickly get up here. And then there we go. Nice and easy. So he is now at a point where he will wander back and forward behind the villagers, stalking them until they drop down. Until I flick this lever, and then they will be able to, in theory, it will be able to be converted. But the trapdoors that are there will stop the zombie, from escaping. So now for the villagers. These villagers are actually very handy as zombie bait. So one thing's for sure, if we ever do need to expand, or when we do expand this, we'll have a plentiful supply of these boys. In fact, I might even trap one now. Or all of them. Who wants to join the party? And now is the moment of truth where we load the villagers. So I finished off just the last bit of rail up here, just some temporary dirt. Don't worry, that's not going to look like that forever. So I've fashioned up just a simple activator rail, powered activator rail that will eject the villager into the walkway there, and they should, in theory, match the first or find the first workstation and fall in. And that will shut. The next villager will come along and will walk along to the next hole, and so forth until all of the workstations are filled up. And also, of course, a cactus to break up the minecart and pop it in the chest so we can reuse them. So here we go. Not tested at all, so we'll see how this goes. I'm not sure. Guess it will have enough oomph to get on there. Here we go. So what I've done is I've actually turned the power off here just so we can watch, hopefully, him walk in to the first workstation. Which eventually happened. It took him a while. We're just waiting for him now to become a librarian, which hopefully won't take too long. As you can see, the bit above him is retracted, which means it's closed. So the walkway itself is now accessible to the next workstation for the next villager. Aha, so he became a librarian straight away. This one is refusing to do so. No, Maribel? Okay, well, we'll give you a chance. Rivka was straight in there. What have we got here? Okay, so I'm going to keep loading up the villagers now, get them all in there, and then let's see what trades we have unlocked. And we are done with actually an extra villager because I clearly cannot count, and we had 11 rather than 10 that we needed. So they are all in their little chambers. They're not all matching up to their trades. They're taking a while to happen, but we'll just give it a little time. And also they weren't quite walking down to their pods and linking to their workstations as easily as it is in the tutorials that you see. So I don't think that things are ever as easy as they are in the tutorials. But yeah, we'll give it some time. Hopefully these trades will appear, and we're just going to give it some time. It took about 3 or 4 minutes for the first one. Yeah, I had to give them some physical pushing along, just to encourage them to where I want them to be. There, we just need to give them some time, and hopefully we can start trading away. The other thing to remember is, of course, the trades aren't locked until you do your first trade with them. So what I will be doing in terms of zombification is Maribel will be a first contender for this, because she clearly does not like me. Look at those rates there. I don't know, she must have seen a random accidental act of violence against one of her villager friends. But yeah, so let's hopefully they will convert and we can get trading very soon. Well, we have our 10 librarians. None of them do mending, so the idea really is to quite simply do this: remove their workstation. They will then lose their librarianness and then add it back. And there we go. And Riptide. So yeah, so what I'm going to do is I'm going to go through all of the books that I don't like. So I mean, there's no books there. Just paper and bookshelves. Paper and bookshelves. We have Sweeping Edge 1. Projectile protection. But I think there's one that's power 1 here that is absolutely not back 1. Not that interested in that. Inspiration could be quite useful. Frostwalker 2. Power 2. Projectile protection 3. So I need to go through these off camera, of course, because you'll find that incredibly boring, I'd imagine. And pick the best trades before locking them in. So what I've actually built underneath the villager trader hall is this very quick and easy sugarcane farm. So with all the bone meal that I've got from the skeleton farm that I have discovered and built in the last episode, we can quite simply feed the bone meal into the sugarcane and get some quick sugarcane. I have limitless supplies of bone meal, so that effectively means with a little bit of work we have limitless supplies of sugarcane, which is obviously the main or the only ingredient, but paper, which can then be traded with the librarians for emeralds and XP. Just a note on this: I having come from Bedrock, I was very used to the fact that you can bone meal sugarcane, but I had found out that that's not the case in Java. So one of the mod packs that I'm using does add a little bit of Bedrock parity, and I don't see any kind of particular cheaty nature of doing something that is available in Bedrock but not in Java. It just seems daft that it's different between the two versions. So this is just a very quick farm that has an observer at the top. You bone meal it away, and then when the sugarcane gets up to the observer, the piston activates. In terms of location, I have to show you the redstone here. It's just very simple, just probably an inefficient redstone circuit, but it does the job. So it's right underneath the villager trader hall, right by the spider spawner at the moment that is currently disabled. So we now have all of our 10 librarians assembled together, and they're now actually part of the librarian trade. So we've got some really good trades here. Efficiency 5, fortune 3. We've got some ones that I think may be useful, but I don't really use very often, such as Frostwalker. But here we have a mending librarian, of course. That was the main reason for doing this. So we've got mending at a reasonable deal, but once we convert them as zombie villagers, and we'll get some much better deals. But channeling and infinity I use for my bow. Aqua affinity, I think that could be quite useful if we do some underwater construction. Silk touch, of course, very useful. Feather falling when we fight the ender dragon, that is a pretty essential enchantment to have on your boots. So you can see the other side, I've started to build it for more librarians. I'm going to double the capacity. Let's really go crazy with these librarians and get all of the enchanted books that we can. That's the plan anyway, but still a bit more building to do in terms of decoration. I'll make this kind of this pier a bit more looking a bit nicer with a boardwalk, and to just make it a nice place to be, and probably give it a more of a fishing village vibe about it. The other villagers there, you can see they are patiently waiting for the construction of the pods to be finished, so they can go in there, so we can complete our mending villages. I've also been brewing up some potions as well to get them converted back from zombie villagers when I start lowering them down. And so yeah, potions of weakness, splash potions of weakness are being built there. So yeah, it's coming on nicely. I'm pretty happy with this. The way this hall looks from an inside anyway. We will probably build a kind of a warehouse around it on the outside to make it fit in with the rest of the village. But yeah, I'm pretty happy with how things have gone. And with all these trades now in place, well, at least half of them, we'll have some good opportunities to really push on in this game and start to push towards some more advanced end game opportunities. And just so I can get my elytra, I'm very much looking forward to getting my wings back. So anyway, thank you for joining me on this adventure. I hope you have had a great Christmas if you celebrate Christmas. If not, I hope you've had a great break from work, from life, and will be rested for hopefully a less traumatic year ahead in 2021. We've done pretty well with what we set out to do. We have our trading hall, we have our mending books, and yeah, we're in a place now where we can kick on, and the next episode hopefully won't be quite as long until we meet again. So have a wonderful day. Enjoy your break, and hopefully I will see you in the next episode. One more thing, if you haven't subscribed but you do like what I'm doing, if you do like the content, then please do consider subscribing. I've got one more to get to double figures, and then hopefully we can go on from there and grow the channel. But I'm enjoying what I'm doing. Hopefully you're enjoying what I'm doing. And what my play style is quite chilled. I'm not one of those people that build huge elaborate builds. I like to just chill, take my time, build things up, and really just try and have fun in a sort of relaxed, laid back manner, as you can probably tell from my playstyle in the last 6 episodes. So anyway, have a great time, everyone, and take care, and see you soon.